So the next one we have here is the £1 from the Isle of Man. This is quite a nice banknote, but I don't really care for the image of her. But this is a very highly desirable note. I believe it's issued in the mid-80s, but I can't remember because it's one of those series that just doesn't have the date printed on it. I can't remember. You can tell from the signature, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. So this is a nice note, but I'm not too keen on the depiction right there. Now let's get into some of the bigger notes. We've got a wonderful £50 from Guernsey here, and you'll actually see this wonderful portrait pop up quite a few times in places like Gibraltar, Guernsey, so it is sort of popular with those crown dependencies, and that's quite an interesting thing. But I really like this portrait because it's just very grand, very ornate. You can see that the style of the clothing is very, very regal, and that fantastic crown on her head as well. And again, she's smiling. I think this is one of the best Queen Elizabeth II portraits, so there we go. Alright, so now we've got the reverse of, I'll show you the obverse. And this was actually issued to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee, which you can see right here. I'm really hoping that they do some banknotes for the Platinum Jubilee. Surely they have to, because it's probably never going to happen again. But what I like about this is you've got the depictions of the Queen through time. It's a nice banknote. I've got an even better one to show you a little bit later, but this is a really lovely one. Very nice banknote. Now, this is a fantastic one. Look at this. Absolutely brilliant. So the 1988 to 91 series Bank of England £5 note. I love this portrait. Again, because it's very prominent and you can see just the quality of the regal dress that the Queen is wearing. Just really fantastic. Very beautiful banknote. And I have to say, just the design of the overall banknote is just one of my favourites. I absolutely love this £5 note. So let's have a look at the next one. Okay, we've got the Isle of Man £50. Again, I'm not too fond of the portrait. The Isle of Man notes, the sort of slightly raised eyebrow. I don't know if she looks a little bit sinister, and I don't like to say that. But this one just doesn't do it for me. It's a gorgeous banknote. Really one of my favourites in my collection, but the portrait is just... But anyway, let's move on. Okay, this one is very interesting because it's more like a drawing, like portrait that's been done of her in her younger years. But this is a wonderful banknote. We've got a 1962 to 66 £5 Bank of England note. And again, this is another glorious banknote. It's absolutely fantastic. You can see she's sort of dressed, I don't want to say casually because the Queen never dresses casually, but you can see she's got a more modest sort of dress on with some pearls, but then she's got this fantastic crown on the top as well. So what you'll notice in the portraits is the crowns do vary and they feature very prominently. Alright, the next one is one of my favourites. This is the reverse of the other Royal Bank of Scotland £5 commemorative note, which was issued for the Golden Jubilee, and this I prefer to the Diamond Jubilee. I think this is a gorgeous banknote where you've got this younger depiction of Queen Elizabeth II and then the older one all the way back in 2002. So there we go. So surely they have to do one for the Platinum Jubilee. Okay, so the next one is an absolutely awesome banknote. Now this is the Jersey £100 and it's one of my favourite banknotes of the pound currencies. It's just a spectacular piece of banknote collecting awesomeness. Of course, this is the commemorative that was actually issued to celebrate the Diamond Jubilee. Please, Jersey, please issue one for the Platinum. Please do it, because if you can pull off a design that's as awesome as this again, oh, I'll be so happy. And make it £100. I don't care. You can make it £500 for okay. I don't care. Invent a new denomination, £500. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on, Jersey. If you're listening, get on it. And if we put them side by side, you can see we've got different portrait. We've only got two left. In second place, I have this one, which is a wonderful banknote. I just love the portrait on here. The style of the clothing, the crown. I think this is a wonderful depiction of Queen Elizabeth II, and it's not the most brightly coloured, of course. The colour scheme is quite drab for this Bank of England £10 note, and this is part of the 1984 to 86 series, so this series was not around for very long. So it's just a really wonderful banknote. Okay, the colour scheme kind of lets it down, but I think the portrait itself is just wonderful. Yeah, this is an interesting banknote because obviously in the watermark it doesn't actually have Queen Elizabeth II. The watermark is actually of this lady here, Florence Nightingale. So the next one, this is my favourite, East Caribbean $1 note. I love this depiction of Queen Elizabeth II because she kind of looks badass. I don't know why, but there's something in her poise. She just looks beautiful and strong. And I think as an icon of the nation, those are two really good things to combine. And it's interesting how she sits at the fore of the note as opposed to being embedded in the background. She just looks really fantastic in this. So this is my favourite portrait of all the banknotes that I have in my collection. I just love the style of the dress, the orders that she's wearing. No crown, interestingly. So this is what I was talking about before, is that sometimes the crown features heavily, sometimes it does not. Alright, so that is everything that I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. It's the Money Man signing.